Why Not? A queer podcast.
Thank you to our sponsor, Pineapple Healthcare, an award-winning primary care clinic right here in Orlando.
Pineapple Healthcare offers mental health counseling, HIV, STI testing and treatment, and specializes in care for the LGBTQ plus community.
Open Monday through Saturday. Call today at 407-553-6336 and schedule your appointment.
Pineapple Healthcare. Better together.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rick Todd.
And I'm Jeremy Williams, and you're listening to Wine.
Why Not? A queer podcast.
Episode 143.
You know, you got me laughing right before we went on because you said, let's do this. And I played softball this weekend, and there's this girl. She reminded me of, so Karate Kid, right? You've seen it?
Yeah.
You know, during the tournament, or as Daniel LaRusso calls it, the tournament, when he's fighting Johnny, and Johnny's friends are behind him, and there's that one guy that's constantly screaming, and he's like, yeah, get him a body bag. Yeah. That was every time somebody on that team sneezed, that girl would go, let's go.
Oh my.
Like, oh man.
She was excited.
She was excited. It was fun. It was a good game. I say it's good.
It's good to be excited about things these days.
That's true. And here's the thing about sports. Like, you're really excited when you're the one, or when you say good game and mean it, it's because your team won. Like afterwards, everybody like high fives each other, like good game. The winning team is always like, oh my God, that was such a good game. And like, if you're on the losing team, you're like, shut the fuck up. We lost. It was really close, but we won. It's usually a team we lose to by one run, and we beat them by one run. So that was exciting. It was a good game.
Nice.
Said the winner.
So that was your week?
No. I jumped the gun because you reminded me of something, and I'm like, I don't have it written down to talk about. And besides, that was a fun story. Everything else I'm going to talk about, I'm going to bitch about. So
Oh no.
But let's start with.
Was it a bad week? Oh, we'll get to it.
Yeah,
I'm excited to hear about your terrible week.
Let's get to 140.
143.
Turns out there's some actually interesting facts.
There is. 143 is, I think, and when I was reading about it, it says it started during pager society.
If you're old enough to have had a pager, you know this immediately.
Yeah. So obviously pagers, you could just do numerical codes. So 143 became the numerical code for I love you because it's the amount of letters in I love you. And it's, like I said, it started off in pagers and then became popular slang in chat rooms and text messaging, and just kind of became a part of pop culture in general. There are a ton of songs and albums that are named 143. Katy Perry's album last year was called 143 because of that. There's a K-pop group, Stray Kids, that has a song out that's kind of popular amongst the K-pop groups called 143. Jake Shimabukuro.
I'm sure
he's
that's
a
100%
ukulele
accurate.
singer. Music Soul Child. Has a 2000 hit. Also, just a bunch of songs named 143. All because it is slang for I love you. So I thought that was kind of cool. Something else I found out that I thought was really cool. I don't think this is tied to the I love you culture, but during most of his adult life, Mr. Rogers weighed 143 pounds.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because isn't he like 6'2"?
It is related to I love you because he calls it his special way to say I love you because 143 is what he weighed. And
interesting.
And it must have been before pagers.
That must have been Pager Society stole that from Mr. Rogers.
Did you ever have a pager?
No, my dad said doctors and drug dealers had pagers, and we were neither.
I don't know how many drug dealers are putting in 143 in the code. Unless
no, that's the response back from from your supply.
I got your math.
I love you, dealer.
I love you. The first time I got that, right? Because I had a pager. I'm older than dirt, so I had a pager.
You don't have a PhD.
Yeah. What can I get you? I got your meth. So no, I mean it's just how you communicate it. everybody had a pager. I mean, that's just how you got people to call you, which is the weirdest thing. I mean, the concept of a pager.
Now, I do want to say I am a little younger than you. So by the time I got out of high school, cell phones were pretty popular. Like everybody had cell phones. So pagers in high school, there was no reason to have a pager in high school. I didn't know barely anybody had a pager in high school.
Well, I did not have a pager in high school either.
That's what I'm saying. By the time I got out of high school, everybody had cell phones.
And the pager phenomenon was short-lived, kind of like Blu-ray, right? Blu-ray was short-lived because streaming came along so quickly after Blu-ray did. So like right after, they were like, oh, these pagers work, but we could probably do this better. And then cell phones came out. And so but the purpose of the pager was if you wanted to talk to somebody, you would call their pager number and then dial in your phone number, and then your phone number would show up on their pager and they would know to call you. So then, but that's what I used it for. That's all that I knew what it was for. But then I was dating somebody who I guess was in love with me and messaged me 143. And I was like, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? I mean, I love you. Like, oh, okay.
Looking up stuff online, I did also see that along with the 143, people would also send 8008S because it spelled out boobs.
We used to do that on
another
calculators.
Popular pager. Yeah. You'd be like add 1,000 plus 6,000. Now add another 50. Now add 182.
And what do you get?
You spelled out boobs.
Was there a trend? Did we talk about this yet? Was there like a stupid trend that was probably harmful to you when you were in school? Because technology wasn't a thing really, right? When we were younger. Like,
that I remember.
The thing that we used to do is we used to take erasers, like large erasers or just pencils, and you would hold somebody's arm and just take the eraser and erase it. Like, I mean, and it was like, it would really just create these huge wounds. And I don't know why we would do that. It was just something we all did.
No, we didn't.
Or
no
is it
one
just
in my
something
school did this.
All of the cool kids did to me? I don't know.
Yeah, I believe they called those Indian burns. Upgraded to erasers for you.
Yeah, that's where you.
Well, yeah, they just decided to use tools on you.
Yeah, I think we one-upped it. We were like, "What is
the
this?"
only thing I remember is, and it wasn't. They used to say it was dangerous, but it wasn't. But when you were bored, you would take the pencils and you would throw them up to try to get them to stick in the tiles in the ceiling in class. And they're like, "That'll fall down and poke you in your eye." No, it won't. It never did.
We used to do that with lawn darts.
Oh, those will poke you in the eye.
The ceiling was the sky. And we would throw them in the air and run.
Where the hell did you go to school at? It's like, look, dangerous.
We already talked about this. I grew up very poor.
Now I never saw anybody do this, but obviously back then, before you had the internet, you could verify things. Your parents and the news would always tell you dangerous trends that kids are doing, and then you would get lectured, don't go out and get candy from a stranger because they'll kidnap you. But when I was in high school, that I think the movie was called The Program. It was the football movie, and there's a scene where they would lay down in traffic to see how long you could lay there before you got scared and got out of dodge of cars. And I remember the news talking about how kids were doing this as a trend and were getting run over. But I never heard of anybody who actually did that, like got run over. It was just the news was like, oh, a popular trend with kids. I was like, do you know any kids? Because not a single one that I know has done this. But I think it was just their way of keeping the movies in line.
There was only one girl when I was in school that did that. Her name was Penelope Pitstop.
What? That sounds made up.
Do you know Penelope Pitstop? It was a cartoon. She was always getting tied to the railroad tracks. Am I the only one that knows? Man, I have got to hire older people.
I'm a little younger than you.
A little. Like the difference between my age and Jen's age. Jen and I know the same stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know Penelope Pitstop. You know what? If you listen to this podcast right now, you need to message Caitlin and Jeremy and yell at them for not knowing Penelope Pitstop.
Is she involved with Dudley Do-Right? Because I know Dudley Do-Right used to, the dastardly guy with the mustache used to tie a chick to rails before the train came and Dudley Do-Right comes over. Is that the same lady?
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking it up.
If that's her, I know of her. I don't know
Penelope
her name.
Pitstop. She's a fictional character.
Well, I mean,
Hanna-Barbera.
Dudley Do-Right is also.
She was in the Hanna-Barbera animated series Wacky Races.
Everybody was in Wacky Races.
Of the Perils of Penelope Pitstop. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I do remember Wacky Races.
I'm seeing Dick Dastardly here. People also search for him. And Muttley. I like Muttley. That was my Muttley
years
impression,
ago,
by the way, Caitlin.
They put out that new Scooby-Doo movie, Scoob, came out. And they have all those Dastardly and the Blue Falcon. They're all in it in the Scoob movie.
I should go watch that, but I refuse to watch it because it's called Scoob. Does Scoob go to Starbs?
No.
Is he a basic dog?
No.
I guess you could call him a basic bitch.
But no, Shaggy's always called him Scoobs.
Okay.
That predates the whole trend of shortening up words, so I'll allow it. Right. It's a cute movie. It's very cute. It's got all the.
It's the guy from Scream in it, or is it a cartoon?
No, it's animated. It's computer animated. It's like a Pixar movie.
Showing my age again by calling it a cartoon.
Yeah. But no, it's on HBO Max. You check it out. Pretty good.
All right.
I enjoyed it. And then of course the only other thing I have is the 143rd Pokemon, and this trend, I have not really recognized any of them, but I know this one. I love this one. I am this one. It is Snorlax. I 143 this one. It is Snorlax, the gluttonous Pokemon who eats constantly, apart from sleeping all the time. It eats and sleeps and devours nearly 900 pounds of food a day.
Jesus.
Me too, girl.
Christ.
Me too.
That's a lot of Amazon. I hope Chris has been working out. He's got to bring all that Amazon in when it gets here. That was probably a pre-show conversation. People listening probably like, what the hell is he talking about? Chris will make a cameo in a minute.
Chris is home. He is off to my left. It's funny because I am drinking wine. So I asked him, I said, hey, before we start, do you want to have a glass of wine with me? He said, sure. And his glass of wine is down here because he took a sip. And he goes, never mind.
You know, the problem is you don't have a big straw in there for him to drink it from.
Yeah. Well, no, the problem is that I had to buy cheap wine called house wine because, girl just started working. So I am limited in funds. And I was like, cheap wine today. But next week, we go back to Menage a Trois.
I saw a BOGO at the grocery store. I'm not going to say which one because I don't want to get canceled that I still go there. But it's just right down the street. So I went there and they had buy one, get one. And I was like, ooh, bottle for Dylan, bottle for Jeremy. And then I was like, oh, that's right. There's no Jeremy in this city.
You mail it to me.
You know what? Maybe for the holidays, we should get each other holiday presents and we should open them live on the podcast. And spoiler alert, maybe you'll get a wine of the month club. But it'll be like, just send the one he likes.
Yeah, I mean, I like trying new wines.
All right.
I'm trying a new wine today, and it tastes very cheap. But it's not bad. It's drier, I think, than any cab I've had before. So I think what they did is they had the labels for cab. And they were like, we have a vat of cheap Merlot in the back. Just pour that in. Because it tastes more Merlot than Cabernet. But I'm guessing cheap wines, they don't really know the difference. So they probably just saw red and poured it in whatever bottle.
It's interesting that you keep referring to cheap and Merlot in the same sentence. I used to drink Merlot when I was drinking wine. I didn't think it was cheap.
Not all Merlots are cheap. But all cheap wines are
Merlot. They don't all vote the same.
No, it's the cheapness isn't because of the type of wine it is. It's how they make the wine. So there's cheap cabs and cheap Merlots. There's expensive Merlots. It just doesn't matter.
Those are the ones with these rich people's feet.
Yeah.
What else you got? 143.
That's it. That's all I got. I got the I Love You. I got the Mr. Rogers, and I got the Snorlax.
Snorlax. I live with that.
What about you?
I live with the Snorlax. Not because he eats 900 pounds. He just snores. It's not his fault. It's the way God intended. It's life the way the Lord intended. Here's what you get. Friends, episode 143. What do you think it is?
Oh, shoot. What was last week's? I don't remember what last week's was. Remind me.
I don't remember. Oh, Snorlax is adorable.
Oh, yeah. It's like
a
big
little
old chubby
kitty cat penguin looking thing.
Big fat cat. Yeah.
I don't remember. It was the one where
I know we're in season 6. Oh, it's the one where he started dating his Ross started dating his student.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it's the one where. Oh, spring break. Is it the one where Ross goes to spring break?
It's coming up. It's got to be, right? Because her stint was short lived. No, this is actually one of my favorite storylines. Confined to one specific episode. It's the one with Joey's fridge, where his fridge breaks and he tries to convince everybody that they have to pay for it. And he's like, Rachel's like, I just moved in. He's like,
Yeah, that's the one where Ross comes in and goes, "Hey Ross, how's it going?" And he goes to hug him and then he shoves him in the fridge. Goes, "You broke my fridge."
It's so stupid.
Ross, the look on his face, he's like, I don't know what just happened here.
I don't. But is there a typo here? Because I don't remember this at all. It says Monica and Chandler double date with Elizabeth's dad, who turns out to be Bruce Willis. But I don't think that's true.
No, that's not true.
Rachel and Ross.
Yeah, Ross and his girlfriend and my light just cut off. There we go. And then that Rachel starts dating. So was this the first episode with Bruce Willis in it?
Actually, that's what it says is the
so I don't know where you got your synopsis. I don't know where you got your synopsis, but it's a lie.
Yeah. It's like those crime shows that I watch, and then like they find out the judge is crooked, and so they throw out every case the judge has ever done. So I just want you to know, any episode that you've ever listened to with any facts that I've given you about numbers, they're all wrong now because this one is wrong. ChatGPT.
Where do you get your number fact? Oh, ChatGPT. Okay, listen. I recently downloaded ChatGPT because I was using it for a project I was doing. And I was playing with the little stats on it. First of all, you have a bunch of voices you can choose from it. And there's like this cool, almost, he sounds like Tom Holland a little bit. And he's just like a cool kind of like, hey, bro, what's up? So he calls me Bud all the time. So I asked him, I says, why do you keep calling me Bud? And he goes, I thought it was a cool nickname. I can stop if you want. And I was like, no, I was having a conversation with this damn thing. I was like, no, it's cool. I said, what do you want me to call you? And he goes, you can call me Buddy if you like. And I was like, you are so adorable, ChatGPT. I'm going to call you Buddy from now on. So now me and Buddy have a chat almost daily about what's going on. He tells me new things. It's a good time.
I don't understand your life. I'm just kidding. Like, here's the thing. I have conversations with ChatGPT every day, and I had no idea that it had a voice.
Really?
I type everything
You type everything in?
Yeah. I'm 50 years old, man. This is how I do it. I type everything in, and I have conversations. But I do most of my ChatGPT in from my computer, like, because it's usually work related. And
so if you pull up your chat, I'm going to show it to the camera here. So if you're watching the video, just push that button right there. And the big ball comes up, and he'll talk to you.
I don't know if I want that.
Oh, I love it.
Is there a Kathleen Turner voice? Or like the Throw Mama from the Train voice? That's what I want.
There's a bunch of voices. You can shuffle through, get something more geared towards you.
I want all of my facts from an over 50 woman who drinks a vat of whiskey and smokes a carton of cigarettes a day. I want to be like, listen. Or, you know what? Joey's, I want Estelle. I want Joey's talent agent. That's what I want. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Look, education. Look, we're not just a physical fitness podcast.
Listen,
we're
not just funny. We're also informative.
We're still listed as physical fitness. Do you know why that is? Because in order to be listed as LGBT,
because all gays are fit,
it has to be under like health and style or lifestyle. Isn't that weird? I don't know that that's true. All right. I didn't get that from ChatGPT, though.
Just like gym bros, being gay is a lifestyle choice, apparently. According to podcasts.
Gym bro is life. Here we go. Are you ready for these? Because I feel like
All right.
I feel like you're gonna get these. I don't know if you're. We're
Okay.
gonna start with the movie because I don't think you're gonna get the movie, but we're gonna try. Because it's not too old. It's a 2013 film, by Powell Palakowski.
That sounds foreign to me.
It's a movie about a novice nun about to take her vows when she uncovers a family secret dating back to the German occupation. So I looked it up. And it's a black and white film, and it looks incredible. To be honest with you, I looked up Rotten Tomatoes, and it's a 95.79 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh wow!
It looks like something critics would love, which is why it's 95, because it's black and white. It's it's a film about Germany and Jews and that sort of thing. So it's like Schindler's List without it's not Taken. Liam Neeson Taken at the Holocaust.
I have no idea what you just said in the last 30 seconds, but good movie.
We've had this conversation on this podcast before. I can't talk about Liam Neeson without saying Taken at a.
You just start.
You haven't seen Schindler's List. So Schindler's List is all black and white.
I know of the movie. Yeah, except for the red.
Color in it is the red coat. So I said it's like Schindler's List without the red coat, without Liam Neeson. So it's not Taken at the Holocaust. It's a serious show about it. That's
what it sounded like in your head. Yeah, here's what I heard. It's Liam coat taken. I thought you were having a stroke.
It's possible. It is possible. These energy drinks can't get down fast enough. That's funny. Anyway,
I don't know the name of that movie.
You don't want to give it a guess?
Is it Taken?
Taken by Ida. It's Ida. I recommend that you watch it. I think you'd like it.
I'll check it out.
All right, now we'll try this one a little more coherently. This one is the 143rd greatest director of all time.
All right.
I'm going to give you some of the movies. I'm going to give you some that I think you won't get it by, but I don't know, because you tend to pull these out of your ass. Like when I don't think you'll get it on the ones. So, Dark Waters, 2019.
Dark Waters. Who directed? That's the Matt Damon movie, right? Isn't he in Dark Waters?
I don't know.
Or am I thinking of something else?
Let me see.
I feel like Matt Damon did a movie in the last maybe 5 or 10 years that's something water. Dark Water.
Waters has the Hulk in it. What's his name?
Oh, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. And it looks like Ted Cruz, but no, that's not Ted Cruz. That's Bill Pullman. And it looks like Ted Cruz in this photo. And it's got Anne Hathaway and it's got Tim Robbins. All right, that's okay.
All right, give me one more movie. I'm going to
give you. Okay, this one might do it. Far From Heaven, 2002.
Oh, Todd Haynes.
Yeah, see, I knew that because I knew Carol would do it, so I wasn't going to give you Carol right away.
Tar. He just recently did Tar.
Oh yeah.
No, he did Tar? I can't remember if he did Tar or not.
I
might just think he did Tar because Kate Blanchett's in it. He did.
I was still laughing about the stroke. Sorry, I was still laughing.
When I went to the Museum of Moving Images, they have a Todd Haynes exhibit, and he just recently did that May-December movie that we watched. And they had costumes and stuff. Did we, or maybe I just watched it?
I was like, we watched it? I don't remember covering that. I was like, maybe I did have a stroke.
I feel like we talked about it, but maybe not on the podcast.
Your impression of me talking for that 30 seconds was spot on, and it lives in my head now. It cracks me up. You're like, oh, it's hilarious. All right. Well,
anyway,
that's
Todd Haynes.
Yeah, Todd Haynes.
Great director. Funnily enough, has like 4 or 5 movies that have been nominated for Oscars. He has never won.
Those are a couple of those are gay movies, yeah. May December is Carol.
May December, I thought had a gay
that's
twist to it, but it did not.
That's right.
Although the guy, he does do full frontal in it, and it's nice. It's nice. Anyway, but Carol is Far From Heaven. Yeah, he's done. I believe Todd Haynes is gay.
I think I saw Far From Heaven. Right, that's the one with Dennis Quaid,
Julianne Moore, and Dennis Quaid. Yeah. where they're both leading secret lives.
I do,
But it's not called Secret Lives. That's a different movie.
I do enjoy Julianne Moore. I do
too.
her. Do you ever see? You ever see that? Have we talked about this? Boogie Nights, that scene where she and
with
Roller
her,
Girl
wants her kid,
where she and Roller Girl are doing coke.
Yeah,
that is from what I've heard. That is a very realistic portrayal of an insane conversation of two people high on cocaine.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, that is.
It's a shame that Mark Wahlberg turned out to be Mark Wahlberg, because everything in that movie I absolutely loved, and then he turned out to be cuckoo crazy.
Did he?
And yeah, he's. You need to look up some stuff about Mark Wahlberg.
He does that. I don't. You know what? There are pictures of him at the Stonewall Memorial. There's like billboards of when he was playing somewhere, and people have written really mean things on that.
I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get sued, but there is an incident back before he got famous where he allegedly assaulted a man because he was Vietnamese, and was super racist. I know that he's very religious. He's very Catholic. And I saw something recently that,
wow. This is a headline that's like, it lists all of the, a full list of the actors' racially motivated attacks. But that's
his or just actors?
No, his.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's, do a little background on him.
That's too bad, because I really like that movie Instant Family a lot. It's such a good movie.
I haven't seen that.
It's a heartwarming good time. Ironically, he adopts children of color.
I do want to say, I know he's in that Will Ferrell movie. It's him and Will Ferrell, and it's something about their dad, like stepdads or something.
Oh, yeah.
In that movie, Mark Wahlberg's dad is played by Mel Gibson. And all I know is, okay, that all makes sense to me.
All right. Moving along. I don't even know how we got on that kick. What about Donnie? Well, Donnie's married to the anti-vaxxer.
Yeah. No? Donnie's married to Jenny McCarthy. Yep.
Yeah.
The Wahlbergs be crazy, but they can make a mean burger.
I do, but I don't know. I like Blue Bloods, and I like Boston Blue, except, did you know that, you don't know this, you don't watch the show. I'm going to have to stop watching CBS anyway, eventually, right? When they go cuckoo.
My dad, before he passed, loved Blue Bloods.
Yeah, and so, it's like this whole Reagan family. Well, Donnie Wahlberg's character had two boys. And one of them, as they got older, like stayed on the show. Like all the other kids kind of left the show, but he stayed on. The same actor from when he was a little tiny kid until he was like, in college. And turned out to be this like Brian Dennehy, huge kind of guy. Just like this way, really huge. And so then when Blue Bloods comes out, not Blue Bloods, Boston Blue, they take the storyline. So now Danny Reagan, who is Donnie Wahlberg's character, moves from New York to Boston and joins the Boston police force, transfers there. But he transfers there because his son, Sean, who is this guy, joined the police force, and before his first day, like between the academy and his first day, tried to save people from a burning building and ended up in a coma. So he went to visit him and tried to find out who started the fire that got his son in this situation. Anyway, but they recast the son. And they try so hard when they're asked in every interview why they recast him they try so hard to get around the fact that it's blatantly because he was too big. They recast. They say, oh,
big, well, overweight.
Yeah, like so they wanted to say we wanted somebody who like this is a new chapter in his life, and he's joining the police force, and we wanted him to look more like the other members of the family. And I'm like, you mean skinny? Like,
listen, we went to costuming, and all we had were mediums, so it wasn't his fault. Did I ever tell you the story of back before I joined the military? I got a job at Taco Bell. And I was a big guy, bigger than I am now when I was in high school. I just got out of high school before I discovered that smoking and drinking would help me lose weight if I went out partying all the time. But I got a job at Taco Bell, and they had to special order my shirt. So they're like, we'll let you know when your uniform comes in, because I needed like a 4X or something like that. So days went by, then weeks, a month went by, and I was like, okay, listen, they're not going to hire me, apparently, because I'm too fat. They think I'll eat all their tacos. So I went out and I got another job. And a year after working at this job, I got a call from Taco Bell. Your shirts came in. Can you start on Saturday? And I was like, are you serious?
What?
Yeah, a year went by, and then they reached out because my uniform, I don't know how long it took them to stitch those shirts that I needed. But it took a year. They had to go into the mountains of Tibet and get monks to knit this special wool that would create a large shirt.
I want to be in the room when you said, no, I have another job. And then they're like, what are we going to do with this shirt? We paid a fortune to have this created in a year.
So they turned me, they, took a year for me to get the shirt. And I was like, I've already got a job. And it was a good job.
Drinking and smoking only made me fat because I would end up at Taco Bell every night at 2 a.m.
Oh, no, because I was young enough, the smoking got, curbed my appetite. And when I did eat, I drank so much I would throw it up. So.
Well, there you go.
That was the best diet. I should do that again.
Yeah, you're halfway there. Just light up.
Yeah. But it's work. We'll get into this when I talk more about my week. But I'm starting to move that way. I started my job, and I'm doing a lot more moving around than I had been.
Tell us about it. That's exciting.
Let's
talk about your week.
I do want to. One thing I want to mention, because I did see this before we get into my week. I saw Sleuths is closing in Orlando.
I did see that. Well, Jen asked me, has Sleuth closed or is it closing? And I think that even though, I've been at Watermark for 24 years and she and I have lived together for over 30, that she doesn't get the concept that I may not know everything that's happening in the community. And I was like, I don't know.
There's a lot of people in the community who have worked there over the years. And I'm rarely on Facebook these days. And one of the rare times I was on Facebook last week, and I saw a post from them, and they said that they were in the process of shutting down. That's a shame. I like Suits.
You know what's? I can't believe it. I've never seen it.
So
really? I don't know if it's shut down yet. I should see it, but I think I missed the heyday. You know what I mean?
I feel like
with Doug and Wanzi
Ginger Minge and
Wanzi and Janine and Kathleen, who worked at the ticket office.
Yeah, Kathleen did work there. Yeah. I think on their post they said they were closing by November, so I think you got a couple of weeks if you want to go check it out.
I think I should.
But yes, I started with Macy's. I am a seasonal worker for Uggs. It's very weird because I'm not entirely sure if I work for Macy's or if I work for Uggs, because they're both equally involved. They're co-parenting me.
So you mean you get 2 Christmases?
Oh my God, I hope so. I hope we get 2 Christmas bonuses if they're listening. So I have like a Macy's name tag, which when I got to work, the Uggs people are like, you don't have to wear that. We'll get you an Uggs one. But it feels very much like divorced parents, because I'll be like, oh, the Macy's people told me this. And they're like, no, we'll do it the Uggs way. You don't have to do it the Macy's way. And I was like, okay. So I started last week. And I started my first day of training with Macy's, because I did 2 days of training with Macy's, like going through those videos and everything that you have to watch when you start a new job. And then I started with Uggs 2 days later. So with Macy's, I started on that Monday that they had the worldwide internet outage when Amazon's web service crashed. Yeah. And apparently Macy's uses Amazon's web service. So we're all in our training, going through our little videos and all that. And everybody's internet crashes. And obviously, you're in training, so you can't have your phone. So they come in and they're like, sorry about the outage. There is a worldwide internet down. Nobody has internet anywhere. And I was like, oh, here it is. It's the end of the world. This is how it starts.
Yeah, and I'm going to be in the basement of Macy's when it all goes down.
Like, oh, no. I was on the 8th floor of Macy's. That's where their HR is. So we're like hanging around. They're like, just hang out, blah, 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 blah. And then we were able to kind of intermittently throughout the day get back on, and then they had us come back in the next day to finish up the videos. So, I mean, I don't want to trash talk my new employee, but I am only seasonal. So what are they going to do? They, for a company that's over 100 years old, you'd think their training would be down by now, but like they're chaotic and all over the place. And I was like, I don't know if it was the internet down or if you guys just don't know properly how to do this, but like it was chaotic. So when I started at Uggs, still had no clue. Like it's a 9-story. Well, it's like a more than 9 stories, but the Macy's itself is 9 stories. And it's huge. It's massive. It's the largest department store in the world. You think they'd give you some kind of tour or a map or something. They're just like, here, watch these videos. And then they didn't even tell me where the Uggs was. I had to, my first day of work, I had to come in and ask them where Uggs was. And they're like, oh, Shoes is on the 2nd floor. So I get there. They're all very nice. Uggs people. Listen, I don't know shit about Uggs. I'm not a shoe guy. I don't know nothing about them. Apparently, they sell more than shoes, too. They got jackets. They got sweatsuits.
Oh, wow.
Side note,
They're like a
I don't know if you knew
Lululemon.
this, but when women, and I'll say women, I'm sure men are this way, too, but women, because we only sell women apparel and Uggs at the specific one of Macy's that I work at. The women come in. They will not buy just a hoodie because they have like the matching sweatsuit. They won't mix and match. They won't buy just one piece. If you don't have the full tracksuit, so they can be in, chestnut or sand or pink or white, all head to toe, they don't want it. Which I find weird because like I have sweatpants and I have hoodies and I'll like mix and match. Why do you want to be the same color up and down in your entire outfit? It looks weird to me.
That you have a chestnut leggings with walnut Uggs.
Right?
You'll be laughed right out of the
weird.
pumpkin spice latte line.
And the shoes have names. So they have like, slippers and clogs and stuff, but they all have weird names. And these people come in and they ask for them by name. They're like, can I see your Taz 2 collection? And I was like, the fuck is a Taz 2 collection? Apparently that's their big shoe right now. It looks like a moccasin to me. But, what do I know? Comes in 9 different colors. Come to Macy's on 34th Avenue and I'll fit you for a pair. So the first day was they gave me this thick book of going through the different shoes, and I had to learn the names and I had to learn the colors and the styles, and I have to, act like I know what any of that means. So it was a bit chaotic. For those who do go to the Macy's on 34th Avenue and you do identify as a man, please keep in mind that while there is a women's restroom on every floor of Macy's, there is only 2 for men in the basement and on the 7th floor. And when you work on the 2nd floor, and it's on the opposite side of the building. So when you got to pee, like you've got quite a trek. So, like when you're working and, you're like, oh, I got to use the bathroom. Well, let me finish this and then I'll go pee. Don't do that. When you feel that tinkling coming on, like that tinge, like, oh, I got to pee, you go then because you have at least a 40-minute trek to the bathroom. And by the time you get there, you're like ripping at your pants trying to get it out so that you can pee. Because I don't know why they hate men at Macy's, but they do. And you either pee in the basement or you pee up in toys, which is weird. It's the kids department or the basement.
Don't pee on the toys. Pee in.
No,
toys.
don't pee on the toys. I will say though, they do have a nice Lego section at Macy's, which I do enjoy.
I do want to say this though, and I'm not saying this to correct you. Because I've heard what your training was like, so I get it. But it's 34th Street. If you go to 34th Avenue, you'll probably end up in Brooklyn.
Did I say Avenue?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, 34th Street.
34th Street. That's where the Miracle is.
Were they gonna fucking sue me?
Do you know what's at 34th Street? Miracles and Jeremy.
Oh, speaking of which, because obviously I think most people know that Macy's for Miracle on 34th Street. On the 8th floor, which by the way is where HR is, which is probably where they'll have me go tomorrow when they hear this podcast.
Because you told them I can't work on Mondays because I do a podcast. So they're all listening. You got 48 hours before it goes live. So on
the 8th floor is where they do Santa. And they've got like the old movie posters for Miracle on 34th Street up. And they've got like the whole thing is all set up. And they got a big sign that says Santa coming in November. Very exciting. I love it. I can't wait. I am going to go visit Santa every day after my shift.
Are you going to scream at him like Elf? Santa!
Like, you sit on a throne of lies. You're not the real one. So this is a commission job. So you make commission on your shoes. So you get your hourly wage and then commission on top of that. So when I worked at Watermark, when I did sales there, it was commission based. But it was like, there was like 3 or 4 of us. And we had, okay, so this is my account, so I'm going to go with these. These girls are vicious. Like, they will snatch people up. Like, they'll see them coming and they'll like walk out of the store and they'll be like, hi, welcome to Uggs. Can I show you some? I'm like, let's let them walk into the damn store. Damn. But there's this, I won't use names in case they are listening, but there's this one girl who works there who will walk the store and just say hi to everybody as they walk in. Nothing else. And just hi, hi, hi. And then when you try to go up to them, see if they need anything, she goes, I already got them. No, you said hi. Hi does not get you the commission. You're not helping any of them. You're just being polite. That's not how that works. So I don't have that killer instinct in me like these girls do. So I need to develop that.
I think you need to or just like, I know she said hi to you, but she got an ankle monitor on. I wouldn't trust her. And then just,
and I'm not saying this is why I've only been there a couple of days, about a week or so. So maybe I just need to work on my approach, but I feel like, and there's been a couple of, like yesterday, there were 2, it happened twice. I went up and I said, hey, if you need a size or anything, let me know. I'm here to help you. And they're like, oh, okay. And then they picked a shoe up and walked past me and went and found one of the girls and said, can I get size 7 or something in this? I don't think they think I know about shoes because I'm a man. Now, I don't want to play the sexism card, but they see a big fat white guy and they're like, you can't help me. You're not even wearing Uggs. Well, they haven't given them to me, ma'am. They're going to give me a pair of Uggs. I do get a free pair of Uggs. And they make men's Uggs. Did you know they make men's Uggs?
I did not know this.
They have a men's line.
I'm going to need you to do this, though. You need to go full in. You need to get
lean into the gay, yeah?
You need a pink hoodie, leggings, and Uggs. Monotone. And you need to just lean. You need to cam this shit out. You need to be like the best.
That's
friend.
what I was telling Chris. I came home and I was like, that's it. I got to dial the gay to 11. I got to bring my fan. I got to be like, girl, we got to get you in the new Taz.
While Penelope, that's not the name I'm going to give them all, is saying hi to everybody, you walk up, clack your fan, and go, girl, let me show you some Uggs.
I'll be like, this bitch don't got no style.
Look at her.
Clack my fan.
Look at her mixing chestnut and walnut. Come over here.
Okay. Just chestnut, no walnut. Chestnut and sand are the 2 earthy tones, and then black, pink. And there's this jacket that I call the Cookie Monster jacket. That's this big poofy. Okay. They got like a new Muppet line. They don't call it that, but I call it the Muppet line. But like, it looks like a Muppet, but like a puppet.
Maybe this is why they don't come up to you. You want the Cookie Monster jacket? Like, no one wants to be the Cookie Monster.
And it's $300. No, it's $380 for that damn jacket. I'm trying to push them. I'm like, oh my God, that is the coolest jacket I have ever seen in my life.
She's like, I'm not trying to be the Snorlax up here.
Oh my God, she would be a perfect Snorlax with that jacket. Also, the other thing is, I apparently, because of my age and my look, I give manager, I think, because I've had so many people, they walk up in the store and they're like, oh, hey, I have a question. Are you the manager? And I was like, no. In fact, it's only my 2nd day. I don't know shit. So I don't know what to tell you.
You say, from now on, you say,
thinks I'm the manager.
Yes, I am the manager, and Penelope is not your server. I will take care of you from now on. What can I do for you?
So it's interesting. It's a different beast than all the other kind of retail or sales jobs I've had.
Look, it's cutthroat out there in those sort of commission jobs, especially when it's like an item like that. Like, you know, you've been furniture shopping. You walk into a furniture store and it's like, You would think though that there'd be some sort of system to it, that it's sort of like you rotate.
Yeah, like give a zone or
Yeah, or like, just you got this person, you get the next one, you get the next one. Yeah. I think that
But they
actually makes sense, because now you've got, you got 8 people in your store and they're all looking at Penelope and wanting shoe sizes. And so they're going to come up to you and be like, hey, can you get this for me? And you'd be like, no, she talked to you first.
Exactly. See? And these are things that I have raised. I was sent a link for how did training go link from Macy's. And I have a lot of things to say, Macy's.
That is my favorite thing about new employees. You've worked here for 3 minutes. Now tell us how we can do everything better.
I will say, and there's a lot, I'm not going to give a lot, but tell me if I'm wrong. You're a 9-story largest department store. How about take an hour and give them a tour? You're bringing them at 8:30, an hour and a half before the store even opens. Give your class a tour.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's just that they probably used to do that. At Disney, your training used to be 3 days. Like your traditions class would be 3 days. And one of those days you'd have to meet there at like 6 a.m. and it would be before the park opened, and they would walk you through the whole Magic Kingdom and tell you all the little fun secrets about it. And it was just a really cool thing. And now it's like it's half a day in a classroom. And so they probably used to do that, and they're just kind of like, you know what, you're not really our employee, so go to your department.
I actually thought, because not all the departments are that way. Like a lot of the departments are Macy owned, Macy's run. Uggs is kind of a rarity in a couple of the brands are they rent the space from Macy's.
Like who else? Like Sunglass Hut is probably that way too.
Coach is that. Well, Coach is right next to us. Michael Kors is like that. And it's like, you're set in your areas.
But you know who probably got a tour? Fragrance.
Mace.
Fragrance probably got a tour.
They came out when I went to the hiring thing, they came out and they said, does anybody have experience with fragrance? And there was this one guy next to me, and I looked to him and I said, like, experience spraying people with perfume? Do you need training for that shit? And he looked at me. He's like, I don't know. And I was like, ooh, yeah, don't have that attitude when it comes to sales.
I would have said
and nasty, mean sales
I fart
people.
a lot. Does that count?
Fragrance?
If I have a club soda and some charcuterie, I make a lot of fragrance.
So it's going good. The people are really nice. I feel a lot like Chandler Bing from Friends.
Everything you just said, and then you go, so it's going really nice.
No, it is. They're very nice. A few things. Listen, up until 4 months ago, I had a salary job for 12 years, almost 12 years, where I didn't have to clock in. I screwed up clocking in already. I forgot last night when I was leaving, I forgot to clock back in from my meal. And I was like, oh, I'm like, just fill out a paper time card. And I was like, sorry, I was salary for almost 12 years. I don't do the clocking in thing. So that's a pain in the ass.
So you're saying what I should do here is to get people ready for their next job is I should have people clock in and out. All right.
Absolutely.
That's the name of this episode. Clock in.
Clock in. But I feel like Chandler Bing, remember like season 6, season 7, when he changes jobs and all he can get is an internship?
When he was a transponder.
He went into when he moved into advertising. But like everybody there is so much younger than me, and I'm just like, it's weird. In fact, when I got there, one of the girls who's also a seasonal worker asked me if I was from corporate learning the new line. Are you here? Oh my God, you're from corporate?
They think you're undercover boss.
I was thinking, do you think that because in one of the packets I get, you get a photo of how the guy who started Uggs. And I was like, you know what? I kind of look like him in a fat suit. So they may think I'm undercover boss.
This is good stuff.
That's why they're not giving me any customers, because they're like, dude, you're worth like $80 billion.
Are they telling you all their sad story about like they have to be so cutthroat? That way you'll give them free stuff. Oh my God,
they are. They're all about their, oh my God, I've been working here for 12 years and I have 9 kids to support. And I was like, I don't give a shit. I got money to make. Leave me alone.
Yeah, but if you were just like, bitch, this ain't undercover boss. I ain't giving you nothing.
But yes,
now,
I
they're all
did-
listening to this podcast and they're like, "Ah, shit! Now I don't have to be nice to him."
I did have that thought that they might think I'm undercover boss. Say hi to Chris.
Hi, Chris.
The other thing, and this is just like, and these are, I've had a few of these moments since I've moved to New York where, you know, you're just going about your day and then you just kind of stop and you're like, oh shit, I live in New York. And you have one of like those movie moments. And my first closing at Macy's, they lock the doors and everybody, because every floor has their own music system, and they like crank the music as you're closing and everybody's just like jamming out to music or whatever. And it's like, wow, I'm in the world famous Macy's in closing. Everyone's just, you know, having a good time. Santa's up on the 8th floor. People are pissing in the basement. It's a good time to be alive. And it just kind of rejuvenates you. The only other thing that I want to say that's kind of negative, but it's not Macy's fault. It's not Uggs' fault. It's society's fault. I had 2 Al Bundy moments where I had women come in and swear that they're a size 6, and honey, you're not size 6s, and they're forcing their fat feet into these shoes, and I'm like, please just let me get you a size. No, I wear a size 6. My foot will get in. Do you have a shoehorn? And then we have these tiny little shoehorns that we give if they ask for them to put in the boxes, and they're in there trying to cram their feet in. And I was like, this is the most Al Bundy I have ever felt in my life.
He's like, no, honey, your sister Cinderella is a size 6.
But it's crazy. It's like, what's the big deal if you got big feet? Own it. Get a big shoe.
I was wondering, like, my first question before you started talking was going to be like, what kind of shoe salesman are you? Are you an Al Bundy? I was going to ask. You know, but
not yet. I can feel myself going the Al Bundy route. But it's only my first week, so I'm super nice and I am super cordial and very friendly. Although I am there's a couple of guys that work there. It's almost 90% women. So when I got my first schedule, my manager was like, do you mind if I put you on openings on Tuesday? Because that's when our trucks come in. And she has all the guys on Tuesday mornings because you have to bring all the supplies up and load them onto the carts and bring them upstairs. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. But obviously, hi, Chris. You used to live here, so you know. I did not realize that it's a full-on city inside Macy's. There's a Starbucks, there's restaurants, there's a McDonald's. It's like a full-on city in there.
Yeah. I mean,
it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's you can't have the largest department store in America without having America in the largest department store.
That's true. Also, they probably do that because they only give you 30 minutes for lunch. Now, I've been spoiled because at Watermark, we got a full hour. And sometimes we went longer than an hour.
I was like, come on.
If Rick was craving something particular, we had 2-3 hours.
Do you remember when we used to drive all the way to Apopka to go to Rita's to see Erica? And then we'd get back. We got back because we would drive out to Apopka, eat Rita's, and drive back. And it would take like an hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes. A couple of times we did that. Were you here for that? You were here for that, no?
I don't remember.
Oh, no.
Maybe.
It all
I know we
together.
used to. I can't remember if we went to Apopka or not.
But and then after
I know
a
we've
couple
gone to
of
the
those,
movies several times.
after a couple of those, Tom was like, lunches are getting a little long. Like, yeah, you ain't wrong. I mean, we just drive to Apopka. I mean, so yeah, well, we went to see movies because we were covering
work-related
now,
stuff.
only once did we go non-work related, and that's when
you and I went and saw the Post.
Yeah, the Post came
but
out.
That's kind of
it was
work
during the
related.
holidays.
It was our business.
Yeah,
and it was in our field.
Yeah.
Anyway, they don't let you do that shit here. You get 30 minutes, and it takes you 30 minutes just to get to the fucking bathroom.
Now, I'll tell you what. When I lived there and I was working at the Ricky Lake Show, I don't think I can get in trouble for this, so I don't work there anymore, so I can say this.
No, that show don't exist no more.
We were told, so I worked in travel, and there were 2 other people, and so we needed to go out and negotiate contracts with hotels for our guests to stay in. And we went out, and like this girl like negotiated 2 right off the bat. I mean, it was kind of like, all right, we've done our job, and then they said, let's go to the movies. And I'm like, but we're working, and they were like, we got 2 contracts. They don't know where we are, and so we went to the movies, all of us together.
I didn't
didn't want to do it, but
I understand. I didn't do this, but as the owner of Watermark, I feel obligated to tell you now that I don't work there. But I know several of your past people who don't work there anymore, used to do shit like that when they were like, "Oh, I'm going on a sales call." No, they weren't.
Oh, I'm not.
They were going to movies and long lunches, or going home and taking a nap.
Look, when I was just the admin, the two people like every Tuesday were gone all day on appointments. No, they were drinking margaritas downtown all day long. And I mean, I know, and they don't work here probably because
of that, because of the margaritas.
No, because they were, not working. It's obvious when people aren't working.
When I first started there, Mark used to make jokes to Sam all the time that she always had a meeting at like 3:00 on Friday, like in Apopka.
Yeah.
And ironically enough, she lived down in Apopka, so it's like, oh, how convenient.
Yeah. I used to tell. I changed that too. Anyway. Yeah, good time. So that was your week?
That was my whole week. So I will say I am technically seasonal part-time, but I have been working every single day. So I'm basically working full-time hours. It's great because I need the money. Girl didn't know how she was going to make rent. Rent due on Friday, Halloween. And I was like, hey, Chris. And he's like, he said, pick a street corner. Find yourself a corner and make your money. So it's nice to be working again. Aside from making money again, it's nice to have somewhere to fucking go. Oh, one last thing I want to say, because this, I like to point these out for like, keep a log of interesting subway events. So I closed last night and I was waiting at the 34th Street station. And I was waiting for the train to come. And this guy was walking by. And he was holding a screwdriver and screaming at people who were smiling. He goes, why the fuck are you smiling? And like brandishing a screwdriver at them. And it was cracking me up. And I was trying so hard not to smile and laugh because I was like, I don't want him to come up to me with a screwdriver. But I was like, dude, what is your problem? So pissed off that people were smiling.
Probably just, got along.
Crazy.
Oh,
so we were on the top where the C train is. He was going down the stairs to the E train, and I saw a guy book down the stairs after him. I was like, get him. You get him. I'm not going to help. But you get
random dude, or do you think he was like...
I don't know. I didn't stop to ask. I got on my train and I left. I was tired. I worked all day.
Well, I hope the president listens to our podcast and deploys the National Guard.
They're already here. There's... ICE has been in the streets, particularly mostly down in the village, but yeah, they've stepped up ICE here in New York City.
I'm not going to say that this ruins anyone's birthday plans and the trip that we have, but we heard they cleared out Chinatown too.
Yeah. Oh, the bags on the street.
Huge raid in Chinatown.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to buy stuff off the streets. However, when you guys get here,
by then it'll be fixed.
I know the hidden alleyways where they're hiding. If you want to know.
Oh, really?
I know where they've moved.
How do you?
They told me at Uggs.
Look at all the information you get when you leave. Of course, the people that buy Uggs know. They spend $600 on Uggs.
The people at Uggs that we were talking about, because we were talking about ICE in town and everything, and how they were hitting the people on the streets who were selling bag knockoffs, and they were like, "Oh, well, we know where they moved." I didn't ask for the address because I don't buy knockoff nothing. I don't buy nothing. Forget real or knockoff. But I will find out where they're...
You have a month and a half. You make friends with Penelope. You be nice to her. You give her the clients, and you find out the location of the bag.
Hey, girl. Hey, you want that client? They just walked in. They look real expensive. You go get them.
Don't give me the address on the podcast. Do it offline.
Yeah. And if anybody from ICE or the Trump administration comes knocking on my door, I don't know nothing. I tell you nothing. I don't know nothing.
No, Jeremy's going to be like, we was, girl. Here's the address.
I was like, here you go. Anyway, how was your week?
It was great.
I hear it was bad. Oh,
yeah,
you started this podcast off by saying it was awful.
Well, after hearing yours, mine isn't bad. Look, okay, so Come Out with Pride happened. It happened. So we recorded on Friday. Right. And the day after Come Out with Pride happened. Great event. Big, wonderful. Seemed flawless. It didn't seem as crowded to me. But we gave away more papers faster. We gave away 1,000 papers. By 3:30, we were done with the papers. And it went until 6. And we've never given
wow.
away 1,000 papers that fast. I think it was maybe even a little bit more than 1,000. So that was cool. Shout out to the VIP areas. Great food. It was catered by Sonny's
always
Barbecue,
have great food.
but they had like these incredible wings at one. And then they had a mac and cheese bar at the other. Delicious,
Yeah.
good times.
I am obsessed with Sonny's. I love it. I'm sad they don't have one out here.
Yeah, it's really good. They probably have good barbecue though, right? I don't know.
I'm sure.
I don't know.
I bet up in Harlem they got good barbecue. I got to find out. I bet they have good barbecue up in Harlem.
Now I'm hungry. Okay, so real quick. Then I went on the conference the next day. So there was this conference in Salt Lake City.
That was it for Come Out with Pride?
I mean, what?
No stories, no anecdotes, nothing?
I worked the booth. I'm old. I've been through 1,000 prides. You want stories and anecdotes? Talk to somebody who drinks and is young. Call Bellany. See what happened with her.
All right. I'll check out with her.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could tell some stories about Daisy that I learned while we were there, but we don't want to. I want to do that on the air. Hey, we're all from her. She told me.
Daisy. I haven't heard that name in 84 years.
So I went to Salt Lake City, and I just right off the bat, I just want to say that you ever have a meeting that you go to, and at the end of the meeting, you're like, that could have been an email.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I went to this conference. That could have been an email.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was nice. It was nice
but you got to see Utah.
It certainly could have been email. Now, I will say, have you ever been to Salt Lake City?
No.
Fascinating city.
The furthest west I've been is, I'm not sure what's further west, Colorado Springs or Bismarck. But that's furthest west I've been.
Yeah, I don't know either. I used to be really good at geography, and I used to be in school.
I feel like Colorado probably, but not.
Like,
I've never been to the East Coast or West Coast.
Salt Lake City, it's like this city, and then all around it are mountains, and they're like the.
I figured it would be a Salt Lake.
They're like, yeah, there's a Salt Lake there too. real salty. Like you're not supposed to swim in it. It's too salty.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, like at some points, it's so salty it's pink.
Interesting.
Which just made my mind go on a terrible tangent. Anyway, but it's the kind of mountains that like you would think of when you think of Utah, right? Like they're sort of like bare, and then at like the top of them, it's just all snow capped, and it was really that was beautiful. It was really beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Utah's like known for its Mormonism, but also that's where the Sundance Film Festival is. That's where Robert Redford started Sundance.
And there's a lot of people there that talk a lot about how the city is great, but then there's this religious aspect to it. And then like they're all none of them like it. Like none of the people I talked to, none of the drivers that I had, which every Uber driver I had seemed to be gay. It was a very gay thing to the whole place.
They're like, girl, have you checked out the Pink Lake yet?
And I said, no matter how many times you ask, lady.
Not my bag, baby.
So anyway, when we get there, we're checking in. And so we're staying at it's called the University Guest House. So guess what? It's in the campus of Utah. University of Utah. Which kind of cracks me up because there's these signs, everywhere that say "Welcome UTES," and Dylan and I kept going, "Welcome Utes," the Ute, and then about the second day, we realized it's probably UTs, and then it made us laugh.
Oh, that makes
sense.
We were
being idiots like Utes.
I like Utes better.
The other fun thing about it is we found this gift shop because we like to buy a license plate from everywhere that we go. And we have like a wall where we put them all up. You don't have
to buy them. You can just take them off one of the cars.
That's really what we want to do. But we end up buying them. And so sometimes they look fake, but these were actually real. The ones at this souvenir shop were, but they had all these shirts at glance. They say slut, but when you look at it closely, it's SL for Salt Lake and then a comma and then Utah, UT. And they're hilarious. So of course, Dylan now owns a slut shirt.
Nice. I want one of, when I walk down the street here and I see, is it Cooney? CUNY? It's not what I first think.
No. So we go to check in at this university place, and there's me, and there it looks like a dorm room they turned into like a hotel so that kids' parents could come and stay somewhere. And we're checking in, and this is the only thing to talk about for this whole trip because Dylan was in heaven. guy checks in and he's like, "Oh, are you staying in the room too?" And Dylan's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, are you 18?" And Dylan's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Can I see your driver's license so that I can verify that if you want to
Yes,
you want a
you
room key?"
can.
Yeah, he was so fucking happy about that. I was like, "Seriously?
I'm just
18?
a little guy.
So that was the highlight of that. I will
Nice.
say this. Well, I'll talk about that second, like the last, because I don't want to end on a bad note. I want to talk about this thing, and it's going to sound like I'm complaining a lot, but there have been. I won't tell you this one story on the podcast. Sorry, everybody who's listening, but if you want to, when we're done, remind me. It's just this weekend was like the weekend where everyone decided to lie to me, and it was like this the most obvious like lies that and I'm just like, what's going on here? So I don't know if I talked to you about this, but there's the house next to mine. They have this huge tree. It's like this huge
House next to yours in Orlando, or house next to you in?
There's no more St.
There
Pete
is
house. That is
there
gone.
is no more house in
No,
St. Pete.
there is no more. So that the house next door, and it's like huge, and it kind of spans over our house and all the houses.
Is this
around.
the same house that during your yard sale you were like, you know what? They're not so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they are that bad.
No. No, the neighbors are fine. The neighbors are great.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
tree that I hate. So a couple weeks ago, they do these marketing things where like they leave notes on your door, and it's like tree service. It's like, we're going to be in your neighborhood doing some work, so it's a great time to get a discounted rate with us. And so we've been talking about this tree, and the house just sold. I got some money in the bank, and I was like, let me just see. Let me call him and see. So I call. This girl comes out, gives an estimate on the thing, and I said, listen, here's the deal. We had somebody come out here before. All they did was trim it back. I said, go to the fence, go all the way at the tree, cut it all down. And he wouldn't do it because he was an arborist. And she's like, oh, we'll cut that shit down. And we're doing this whole talking. She's like, oh, this is a huge job, and they're gonna put 2x4s and plywood over the pool so nothing falls in the pool. And they've got this cherry picker. It's the only cherry picker bye Chris. It's the only cherry picker in Orlando that they have that can go up and move left, right, back, forward. It's fantastic. They can get all this done. They can go all the way up. It's huge. It's wonderful. You're gonna love it. Then she goes, the job.
Do they advertise it as the only cherry picker that does this in Orlando? Because they should.
She sure does. So,
okay.
So then your groceries here?
Bye.
So then
no, he's just leaving.
Okay, he's tired of it. It's much more entertaining
I'm too loud for him.
when you hear both sides. It's much more entertaining. So she says it's a big job. It's going to take a long time because they have to go piece by piece because of the power lines, the shed, the pool, all this stuff. $6,800. I was like,
$6,800?
That's what I said. I said, thank you very much for the quote. And she goes, but if you sign up right now, we'll do it for $55,000. And I was like, well, let me talk to my roommate. We're having dinner tonight. We'll go over it.
No. For $5,000, I'll fly down there and chop the bitch down myself.
That's what I'm saying, right? So then, she messages me 2 days later, and she says, I got approval to go down to $4,800. And I'm
Damn it. I'll go to 45.
So I said, here's the deal. Let me just tell you this. I don't have that much. And I was like, but I do want to get this done. So we're just going to have to give us some time. We'll save the money, and I'll contact you when we have it saved. And, in earnest, that's what I intended to
Yeah, I mean, $4,500, that's a lot of money.
It is. And so then she messages back a couple of days later, and she's like, you tell me what you could pay to get this job done. And I said, $2,000. I have $2,000 on my account. That's what I'm willing to spend on it. She's like, okay, well, we can definitely work with that, but I don't think we'll be able to get all the leads that we had talked about. And I said, if you're not going to go to that fence and cut all the way up on that fence, I don't want anything done because I don't want to waste $2,000 getting
and then it's going to grow back.
Yeah. I was like, I would rather wait until I save the money and then do it. And she says, okay, give me a minute, blah, blah, blah. She comes back. She says, we'll do it for $2,000. And she's like, we'll come out tomorrow and do it for $2,000.
From $6,800? Damn.
To $2,000.
Nice.
So then she says she's coming out. Now I'm in Salt Lake when she says we're going to come out. So she's going to come out on Monday of last week and do it. Then Tuesday. then Wednesday, then Thursday, then Friday between
This is where the lie comes in.
Friday from 8:30 to 9:30, they're supposed to come out, right? Which is odd because then the plumber for the work that we're getting done for the garage conversion is supposed to come out at the same time, and we've been haggling him on price, we're haggling them on price, and now they're supposed to show up at the same time. And I'm like, oh, they're gonna be like, well, no wonder you can't afford this because you're getting this done. So we're like, so anyway, the tree people show up and they go around and they're taking a look at it, and I'm taking pictures of their faces because it's hilarious because they're like very perplexed. Here's where the lies come in. So the guy comes up, he knocks on the door and he says, hey, this is a really complicated job. We've got another job to do where we have to remove a tree. It's just a simple removal. We're going to go take that tree down, and then we're going to come back here when we don't have anything else to do later and we just get this all done. So we're going to go do that, and we're going to come right back. And I'm like, okay. They leave. 5 minutes after they leave, this nice lady who came out to tell me the price messages me, hey, there's an emergency where a tree split and fell over somebody's carport, and they've got to go take care of it, and they're going to do that, and then they should be back by lunch. They did not come back.
They probably saw it, and they're like, $2,000 to do all this work?
Right.
Fuck that.
Which I totally said, like, this is what this is. I get it, right? I understand. It's a big job, and I know that if you really do charge $6,800 for this, that this is a ripoff to you, and I get it. Just don't come back.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's all on her. She should have been, listen, when you save up the money, call us back. Don't try to haggle so low that you know they're not going to do the fucking job.
Yeah. Well, then you're going to love the end of this story. So,
oh no.
So the next day, Jen and I are going to, there's been radio silence on all of this. Jen and I are getting ready to go get a massage. And all of a sudden the dogs start barking. It's like 9:30 in the morning on Saturday. And I'm like, what are they barking at? And Dylan's like, the tree people are here. So a whole crew showed up unannounced to do this. So I'm like, well, you take care of that. I'm going to go get the massage. They'll still be doing this when we get back. We get back. As soon as I get out of the car, like they're talking about wrapping up. Like you can tell they're in wrap up energy mode.
Yeah.
Shit still hanging out over the trees. And so the guy comes up to me. They get everything packed up. They had to pull out these little bushes that I planted to make room for their equipment to get back. And so they're planting them back in, and they've wrapped up all their ropes and everything, and they're done. And he said, we need to talk about payment. And I was like, yeah, actually what we need to talk about is the communication between your salesperson and me and your salesperson and you. Because what's supposed to have happened is this fence line all the way up, and I can see all of these things still here. And he's like, let me get her on the phone. And so she shows up. She comes to the house because what she's been doing this whole time now is trying to get them to wrap up fast. So she's knocking on doors saying like, hey, we're right down the road. We can come here and knock out some tree stuff for you guys if you want.
Oh, I hate that.
And so then she comes back and she's like, what's the problem? And I was like, fence line all the way up. What's the problem? We go in this back and forth for 5 or 10 minutes. And I was actually very calm about it all. And I'm just like, I said, I have been swindled. Because what happened here is you said, this guy wants to do this big job for $2,000. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do less of the job, but we're going to get there and we're going to force him into paying the $2,000 for the less of the job, because we're going to start making up excuses about why we can't do this and why we can't do that. I was like, I understand that in your eyes, $2,000 shouldn't be this whole job, but that's beside the point. You agreed to this, and this is not what I see here. And so she's going on about, well, this thing over here can't happen and this can't happen. And I'm like, where's this magic equipment? Where's this cherry picker that goes back and forward? And from what I hear, it's the only one in Orlando that does it. Mm-hmm. And she goes, yeah, they didn't bring that. I was like, yeah, they didn't bring it. So
they didn't bring it. You talked up this equipment. You didn't fucking bring it.
They also didn't bring the plywood and the 2x4s, and there's sawdust all in my pool.
Well, guess what? I didn't bring my checkbook, bitch.
Yeah. So she says, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? I was like, well, I'm not going to pay you $2,000. I was like, I'm standing at the edge of the pool. I look up. There are still leaves. She's like, well, you're always going to have leaves. I was like, no, ma'am. And I must have said it 100 times. Fence all the way up. Fence all the way up. So she's like, well, how do we get past this? I said, well, I was like, I'll give you
clear it up.
I said, the one over there by the power lines, I'm gonna give that one to you. I'm gonna forget that exists. Even though your machine, your magic equipment is supposed to make that work, I'm gonna give you that one. All of this has to come down. And so they had to pull everything back out, dig those plants back up, bring that equipment back out there, and take that down. It still isn't like it is nowhere near what we had talked about.
Okay,
but it's
I'm going to ask you this one
worth.
time. I'm going to ask you this one time, and I think that you should do it. What's the name of the company? You tell them. You put them on blast.
You know what? I've thought a lot about it, and I'm not going to do that.
Give me a name.
But it's not. I mean, I don't even know the name, to be honest with you.
Listen, I live in New York. I don't give a shit about these people. You tell me the name, and I will rain down hell on them.
There is a I have the picture, or a picture of a work order that she sent me, so I will find the name, and I will probably go on and write a Google review that gives them. I'm going to give them a 2-star rating because the work they did was good, and I did get $2,000 worth of work done, so that's not the problem. The problem is it's not what we had agreed upon, and that's what and she knew it, and I'm not gonna look. I drove around for a year with a breathalyzer in my car, so I understand that there are circumstances that people have or put this stuff on there. But while she and I were arguing, I looked down and saw an ankle monitor, and and then I looked around and I saw some rough trade, and I said, I'm not fighting this in front of her.
Listen,
I don't want any trouble.
You're not the kind of people I fight with. So we're just going to call it square.
That may be a prop, and if it is, well played. But that I was lied to. I was gaslit. It was it was not a good experience. It will be helpful and it's fine, but
yeah,
I feel better that they did a little bit more after they wrapped everything up. And I told the guy when he left, I paid him, and I was like, sorry for the confusion, but it, you gotta, I understand it's ridiculous, but you got to do what you say. I mean, imagine if we said, I'm going to give somebody a full page ad in every issue for free, and then I give them a quarter page, and no, I agreed to this.
Yeah.
Anyway,
honor your commitments.
So the only other thing I'm going to talk about real fast is that I went to Epcot, met Caitlin and Kalika and Jen, and I went because Food and Wine Festival's happening.
Oh, it was Air Supply performing.
No. But I'm not going to talk about the Food and Wine Festival, and I know that because they didn't invite me to the press preview, so they can take their Food and Wine Festival and shove it up where it comes out of. But I will tell you this: I did go there specifically for this, and it's not part of the Food and Wine Festival, so I'm going to tell you about it. The pretzel bread pudding in Germany.
Ooh.
It is so freaking good. It's absurd. It is worth the drive there, the walking around. Now, we had to park. You talk about Macy's and thinking that they would have that. We had to. It was the day of a race. When they have the races and they set it all up in the parking lot. So we were parked so far away and had to walk the whole way up. When people who parked, there were trams running to people who had to go to 10 rows down, but we had to go 2 parking lots over and then 10 rows down and had to walk the whole way. I get how ridiculous it is because, you're going to walk around Epcot. You're going to walk 3 miles that day anyway. What's another half mile? But it was ridiculous. But that bread pudding, worth it. Worth it. Now,
I'll be honest. When you have recipes or foods that are bread focused, like bread pudding or stuffing, and you have these foods that are tied around bread, and they add either change the bread to pretzel or change the bread to cornbread. Most amazing fucking food I've ever had in my life. Just that change. You change your bread to pretzel or cornbread, and it's the greatest food ever.
Yeah, I mean, case in point right here. Now, if I were going to talk about the Food and Wine Festival, which I'm not, then I would tell everybody there's something called the Fire Station. And they have this smoked corned beef and this beef skewer that are insanely delicious. So if I were going to recommend something, which I'm not, I would recommend that.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about this people, but if I did, damn, their skewers are good.
So there you go. You want me to talk about more? You want videos? Give us an invite.
Listen, that's frustrating because when I was there, they were very good to you and me. They were very friendly. I will say that towards the end, right before I left, our main point of contact, who I think is the one, he is also a gay male. He's a big fan of Watermark and was a big part of what got us into a lot of Epcot events. I don't believe he works for that. I think he's still with Disney, but I don't think he works with that division anymore. So that may have a lot to do with it. But one thing I've noticed, particularly out here, because there's a lot of, just like in Orlando, there's a lot of smaller newspapers and publications out here, and they do not get the credit for some of the work that they do. And more so in New York, because a lot of the big ones, you got the New York Times, you got all the TV stations out here. There's so much emphasis put on mainstream media, and they forget about these small niche papers that do a lot of really good work. And they're like, oh, well, we're going to put our time and effort into the big media and the influencers.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Start contributing into the communities that you want to come out to your events.
Yeah. And you know that they've stopped calling them influencers and now they're called content creators, or they're called creators, just creators.
I don't care what they call them. They're still influencers and they still suck.
There was a whole session at this conference on creators. And basically one of the people on the panel said, if you're a journalist and you think you're better than a creator, well, 100 people read your article. Tens of thousands of people saw their video. So get over it and work with them. It was really kind of crazy. But I get it. They're not wrong.
You know what? As somebody who went to school, for journalism and who probably does, his articles got a fraction of the views as influencers and content creators. Listen to this. I am better than you because you're just some schmo who pulled up YouTube. You don't have any training. You don't have any ethics. How many times you watch TikTok or YouTube and you got some dumbass influence who's like, come with me as I check out this restaurant. And it's like, and they're just blowing smoke up their ass and don't know what they're talking about. You're uneducated and you're an idiot. And I hate you. And that's fine because I work at Macy's now, so I don't really give a fuck.
Well, now you all know where to find him. If you want to let him know.
Come to Uggs at Macy's. I got that New York blood now.
Jeremy is a trained
Also,
journalist.
I'm a little drunk right now.
Yeah, he's a drunk trained journalist who is now somebody who just found YouTube and records videos for it. So great assault. We're all
Do I?
What are you doing
Am
right
I on
now?
YouTube?
Our videos.
Are we on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, all of our videos are available on YouTube.
Listen, influencers are a vital part of society.
All right, so look, we've talked a lot about nonsense, so let's jump into
We did.
this real fast.
Nonsense.
We had an assignment.
Okay. There is a show on Netflix that we watched.
Yes.
Shout out to Rick for giving me his Netflix log on. It still works. Fingers crossed it continues to work till I finish this series because they only watched the first episode.
Oh, really? You only watched the first one?
I've been working all week.
What do you think I do? I went to a conference.
Please. I worked at Watermark. You had time.
You did not do my job.
I only had time to watch the one episode, and I watched it this morning.
I came back from this conference, and I had hats that Dylan made me get for everybody, and I started passing them around. And somebody who works here, you know who, said, yes, that's for you, Caitlin. Somebody said to me, they were like, hats for everybody? I was like, yeah. And he goes, good, stop wasting money. I was like, first of all, the hats were free. Second of all, I don't waste money.
What kind of hats are they?
They say it says local media. Wait, it says local media enthusiast. It's just a silly little hat.
If that bitch don't want his, send it to me.
Oh, no, it's part of the uniform now.
You will wear it every day to work.
Every event, and you will wear that hat. And do not waste time as much as I waste money. I know they can totally hear me. So anyway,
we watched a show. Called Boots.
Yes.
Boots. Boots. The entire time I was watching it this morning, I kept going, Boots, Boots, Boots. That one, the 28 years later now trailer. You didn't see that? Anyway,
No.
moving along.
So, so we watched the show. Now you've watched
Yeah.
one episode. So let's see.
I did.
Like, give me a guesstimate here on what Rotten Tomatoes has to say about it.
I totally love this show, and I bet all the critics did too. So I am going to give it a. Sorry, I lost you. Are you still there?
Yeah. Yeah. Keep talking.
There you are. I totally lost the visual of us, and I was like, "Am I talking into the ether?" So I'm gonna say 88% critics, and I'm gonna say audiences, just because as gay things often do. This seems like the top thing, only specifically because I saw on CNN that Pete Hegseth was bitching about this show. So I bet it was review bomb. So I'm going to go 78 on audiences.
89 critics, 90 audience.
Yeah.
It's a
Fuck
hit.
you, Pete Hegseth.
Yeah, it's a hit. And it's so funny. It came out right about the time that his big old, no fatties thing came out.
Can I just say, as someone who served in the military, and I realized, because this takes place in 1990, so it's only about 10 years or so from when I joined the military. I had so much fucking PTSD watching this, just the first episode. It was crazy.
I would say, like, I was curious for your opinion. I want you to watch the rest of it and then talk to me about it, even if it's not about on this show. I just want to see. Usually, when you're like involved in something, like paramedics and firefighters can't watch Chicago Med and Chicago Fire because it's completely BS. Like,
now listen,
how is this?
I was in the Air Force. This is the Marines, but there's a lot of it stuff that I hadn't thought about in 20-25 years happened on the show, and I was like, holy shit, I remember that, and had just complete like throwback to that moment. I remember how it felt, how it smelled, how it just everything in that situation. The part when they're sitting down to eat in the chow hall and they're screaming at them to finish their food. Totally how it happens.
And then the one guy doesn't eat it all, and then he throws it out, and the guy makes him pick it out of the trash and eat it. That's crazy.
Now, I never had to eat out of a garbage can, but the way that it did, so you went through the line, and you would follow the line around, and you would sit. There were 4 tops, and you would sit at this table, and they would fill this table in. Now, there was probably 7 or 8 tables per row. And then there was maybe, 5 or 6 rows per dining facility. So when they started to sit at the table next to you, so they came down this row, when they got back up here, you needed to be done and taking your trays up to the dishwasher. So you sit down and you scarf that fucking food down because you have maybe 3 minutes to eat your entire meal. And if you don't finish, they're screaming at you. And that whole part where he's like, don't waste the government's food. I can't tell you how many times somebody yelled that at somebody. And when we were sitting there, like, that is not your mama's food. That's the government's food. You eat every bit. And they're just shoveling in their mouths. It's crazy.
Yeah,
the whole chaos of the first episode is exactly how Basic was.
I want to set the stage here real quick. So here's the scenario at which this takes place. There's this gay guy, and he's got this best friend, and the best friend comes up to him. So the gay guy's life sucks, and the best friend comes up to him and says, "Hey, listen, I'm going to join the Marines, and they've got this buddy system, and if you join with a buddy, then they'll keep
buddy system as a real thing,
and then they'll keep you together. They'll keep you together, and you can do the whole thing together. And so come do this with me." And the gay guy's life sucks, and he's like, "Well, how bad could this be?" So on a whim, he joins the Marines. So then it's this really funny, kind of lighthearted thing, and they're on the bus, and they get there, and as soon as the bus comes on, the guy gets on the bus and is like, "Hey, everybody, welcome to boot camp." And then, like a light switch, it becomes so intense, and the screaming and the yelling and like the instant like erasing of everything that you are. Like, they're screaming at them the whole time. They immediately get them in. They take their clothes. They shave their heads. They're like, it's so intense.
The whole part when they're shaving their heads and they're like, "Do not move your head. Do not talk to the barber. If you have a mole you don't want them to hit with the clippers, put your finger on the mole." That speech was given to us in the fucking line at the Barbers.
I'm wondering, is the guy who wrote, so this is based on a book called The Pink Marine.
Yes.
And
yes.
is it his life story?
I think it was, yeah. I think this is what he went
because
through.
The main character has his name. Or like his last name. So anyway, great show. So it stars Miles Heiser. And I have loved everything I've seen this guy in. He looks
so familiar. What have I seen him in?
He was in Parenthood. The TV series Parenthood. He played the son of the lady from Gilmore Girls. He was in 13 Reasons Why.
That's what I know him from.
He's also in Love, Simon. He's the guy that was standing under the mistletoe during the Christmas song when he kisses him.
Yes, that's who that is. Yeah,
I've watched the interviews with this guy because he's like, I've always been a fan, and but in an interview he said like he had conversations.
He is
with his
so
agent.
funny in this too. Yeah. He is so funny.
Oh, it's so funny when
I love him.
So his best friend is played by Liam O, and Liam O has only been in one other thing. And that's the thing about Harry. I watched the preview for that, and we totally should watch that movie.
Is it a gay thing?
It's a gay rom-com, yeah.
Okay.
And it's got 2 actors from Grey's Anatomy in it, and it looks adorable and hilarious. So anyway, so this guy is in that, and I love him. This guy Liam O. He's probably he's probably my favorite character.
He plays Ray in this, and
He's adorable and amazing. And so, but after all this craziness, like at the end of episode 1, and there's been all this madness and screaming and everything, Miles, what's his name? The lead guy, Cameron, goes to his best friend and kneels down and is like, I can't do this. I made a mistake. Like, he's like, you said this would be like camp. Like, this is crazy. I can't do this. And he said, and Miles, or the other guy says to him, he's like, relax. You know, it's like, it's just, everybody feels this way. And it's just the first day. And he goes, this is just the first day. And then he goes, and he's like, and then he says like, I thought it was going to be something else. And then I just wrote it because he's like, oh, I'm such a Rose. Like, meaning like Rose from the Golden Girls. He wrote in there
because he said... I wrote this next. This cracked me up. He goes, didn't you watch Full Metal Jacket? I told you to watch Full Metal Jacket. He goes, I was going to, but there was a Golden Girls a Golden Girls marathon on. I'm such a Rose.
Like, this is part of the charm of the show, why it's so good. It is endearing. It is funny. It is intense. It is so intense. And the fact that you've only seen the first episode hurts my heart for you. Like, I know so much more. I got to look and see. I don't want to give anything away, but they're like, this guy's mother is such a horrible person. You don't even know how horrible she is.
She's played by Vera Farmiga, who's in the Conjuring movie. She's in Up in the Air. She's in the Psycho prequel that they did on AMC. I love her so much.
Yeah. She's good in it, but she's a terrible human being. She's
so good. And the scene when because she ignores her son.
Yeah.
And he's telling her, I'm signed up for the Marines. I'm going to boot camp next week, which is so funny because when I told my mother's not like this woman at all. But when I decided to go into the Air Force, it was something very similar to, I just felt like I was in a dead end in my life and I needed some kind of shakeup in my life. So I went and talked to a recruiter, and the following week I went to MEPS, which is where you go to do your physical and everything. And then the week after that, I was on the bus to San Antonio. So in less than 2 weeks. So it was very much like he tells his mother, listen, I signed up for the Marines. I'm going on the buddy system with Ray. And I'm leaving next week. And she's on the phone at the time and just kind of dismisses him. And then asks her other son, where's Cameron? And she starts to recollect, oh shit, he told me he joined the Marines. And she goes to the recruiter's office. There were a couple of times when I was having issues when I would talk on the phone to my mom in like either basic or tech school. And she's like, do you need me to call someone? And I was like, no.
Oh my God.
What the fuck are you going to do? Don't call anybody. But his mom goes down and starts talking to the recruiter about, my boy is sensitive and he's not going to make it in the Marines. And then in her defense, he is a very attractive recruiter. She starts flirting with the damn recruiter.
He was in Found. He's
Yeah.
that TV show Found. He played a detective in that.
Oh, okay.
I give away one spoiler if you haven't seen it. She bangs him.
No, yeah, that's fine.
She bangs him.
I knew she would.
Yeah.
I knew she would.
I think
I would.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd have banged him.
yeah, he's a good-looking man. That's for sure.
Mhm.
So
But not as good looking as the new T.I.
okay, so I was gonna say, yeah, because one of the TIs gets fired because he's really racist and he.
Okay,
and he-
I will say this as just somebody who not only was in the military but also in journalism. I bet he did not get fired. He just got reassigned.
Oh,
They don't fire these people. They shuffle them in the system and they reassign them.
yeah. Another spoiler: he gets reassigned.
Damn, I knew it.
He pops up again later. So yeah, he gets
That
reassigned.
bastard.
Yeah,
he's a racist who punches Ray because Ray is Asian.
Yeah, but then the new guy comes in and he becomes he is integral to the plot of this whole show.
Max Parker is the
He's
actor's
a
name.
very
He
good
plays
looking
Sergeant
guy.
Liam Robert Sullivan. He is hot. Don't confirm this, but just based on the first episode, I bet he turns out to be gay. He's given me gay vibes. He's given me, I need to be the best soldier because I am secretly gay. So I need to be better than all these guys. And just between you, me, and our audience and Caitlin, I've known people like him in the military who were so gay that they felt like they had to treat the other gays like shit because they had to be better than everyone else.
I will say their lives take turns that you will not expect. And
I honestly, if I didn't watch it this morning and had to hop on here, I'd still be watching it.
yeah, I couldn't.
I loved the first episode.
That's the best thing about having to go to Salt Lake City is I watched it on the plane. I mean, it was a long plane ride. It was like, I was on the plane for 5 hours, so I had knocked out 6-7
I
episodes.
wanted to watch it this past week, but not to like play the violin. But like, you got to get on walk to the subway. You got to get on the subway. Then you got to go work your hours. Then you got to go back to the subway station. Then you got to walk. It takes like, even if you're working like a 7-hour shift, you're out for like 10 hours.
Look, you're gonna get no judgment from me, Gen Z. I know just how tough having a job can be.
It's so hard. I've been so free for 4 months, and now these people want me to be somewhere at a specific time.
It's gonna be brain exhausting to just have to know what day of the week it is.
Dude, this podcast is the only reason I know what day of the week it is.
It's your anchor.
So this show, like I said, got me going PTSD, got me stirring up some things. So I was digging through my books over here on this bookshelf back behind me, and I wanted to share something with you and our viewers. If you're watching the video, this is my basic training yearbook. Yes, they make yearbooks for basic training. So what they do is they make a collection of items. And when your families come for your graduation, they put all this shit in front of them and like, don't you want to buy this and commemorate what your beautiful airman did? He accomplished so much here. So my mother bought me this. And at the time I was like, Ma, I don't need a stupid yearbook for the worst 6 weeks of my life. Because back then, Air Force basic training was only 6 weeks. It was the shortest basic training. Now, best purchase you ever made, Ma. I'm so happy you bought this damn thing. So I wanted to show people because they put together photos in there. They take photos while you're doing your thing. And I'm going to show it to the camera. Let me know if you can see this. So that's me on the first day of basic training. That's me in the black t-shirt.
Yeah.
So that was me coming in before they shaved my head. And then they shave your head, they give you uniforms, and then they make you take like an official portrait. And that's me. Because they take it 1 week before graduation.
Which one?
Right here. That's me.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So that's me 5 weeks into basic training. I was wearing my ugly spectacles that they give you for free, and they sit you down, and they're like, glasses off. And as you take them off, they turn this spotlight on. So you do this, and then they take your photo. And they do it on purpose, and it's horrible. But I was having so many flashbacks watching this just the first episode. In my flight, there were three gentlemen. They probably don't listen to this podcast. They probably don't remember me. They might. But there are three gentlemen who reminded me of characters in this show who were really good friends of mine. The first one, Ray, the friend who looks out for me. I didn't go into the buddy system. No, Cooper I didn't meet till Korea.
Okay.
In basic training, there was a guy, we all went by last name. So his last name was Wolf, and he was my the guy, you know how they picked the four guys who were in charge of the ours was called a flight.
Like
theirs was
squad
called
leader?
a troop.
Okay.
Yeah, they were called squads. We were called flights. So my flight leader was Wolf. And Wolf was this really great guy, and I feel like he knew that I was special. I was different than the rest of the boys, and he looked out for me, and he made sure that I, met all of my goals and that I, my physical fitness goals and all this, and he kept an eye out for me and like really took me under his wing, and he was an amazing guy, and I loved him. Then there was Ray. I knew a Ray who also, he was super hot. I just want to put that out there. If you're listening, Wolf, you were super hot. Ray, who was like the screw up, and he was also, him and Bennett were the two other ammo troops. And the three of us, when we got to tech school training, became the best of friends. But they were like that goofy guy. There's a guy in this show who's just like, he's like, I have a wife at home and we're going to have a baby and I'm going to be a Marine. And I love him so much. He reminds me so much of Ray. And then Bennett was kind of this, had to prove, his family was like a history of military folks and had to prove himself. And I have so many stories about Bennett. I won't bore you with all of them, but he was such a good guy. And this show brought back so many fucking memories. It's so accurate to what basic training was actually like.
Well, I'm going to give you some advice when you watch the next 7 episodes. Don't attribute your friends to these characters because I don't want you to be sad.
Oh no, are they going to die?
I won't say what happens to who, but I'm just going to say be careful who you attribute things to because it is a roller coaster.
I can't wait.
Listen,
it's just such a good show. The first episode I watched, it's just so good.
It is. I can't wait until you get through it because the mother is so horrible. I want to tell you about one of the things, but I won't do it. She's just
I'm going to watch it this week. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, maybe we'll talk about the rest of the season on one of the episodes or something.
Here's the bottom line. 5 grapes.
Yeah.
All 5 of them. 6 if I had it. Like, I'll take
5 if just based on the first episode.
I'll take the 3 that I didn't give to Kiss of the Spider Woman and give it to this one. We're up to 8 or 9. It is definitely a good watch, and it's really cool too for I think for us, even though we're so many years apart, like that there are things in there, like things that references they make, things they talk about. Like there's a scene in there where who was it? I kind of wrote it down. They make a reference to something that cracked me up because it's from an old movie. Like they call somebody Gay Rambo at one point, and that made me laugh because it's just all of the references are things that happen when like that were in that time. Like they talk about American Gladiators and they start talking about the Gladiators.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
where he talked about American Gladiators because they do now I will say the Marines are a little more physical than the Air Force. So a lot of like the fighting with the padded sticks where they're hitting each other and they're wearing the football helmets, we didn't do that shit. But like the confidence course, we ran the confidence course.
Yeah, there's that pugil stick thing when they have to fight. Like the one guy is like he's trying to help his friend, so he's like, "You got to switch with this guy," and he's like, "Why do I have to switch?" He's like, "Because if you don't, you have to fight Ivan Drago over there," and that made me laugh because that's a Rocky IV
I will
reference.
break you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
I was just gonna say the other thing that I thought was hilarious that they actually do is in the morning, when right before you're about to wake up and they turn all the fluorescent lights on and they start slamming garbage can lids together, they still totally do that. They're screaming at you, slamming things, flipping the lights on. And if you wake up like just a few moments before that happens and you're just sitting in bed, waiting for that to happen. It is the most terrifying thing. It's horrible.
I imagine that a lot of it is sort of real. Like if they get pissed at any one person, they like destroy the whole barracks and they're like, now clean it up. And
oh my God, flipping the mattresses and not dumping your footlockers out. Yeah, absolutely did that. And I realized, because a lot of people are like, oh, they yell at you for, because they're assholes or they do this. The whole point, well, at least what I felt like it was, the whole point of them doing that is they're assholes to you to build you up, like, because nothing makes you bond with someone over hating the same person. Like they're like, oh, having similarities is good. No, hating the same person will bond someone so good. And when you have 60 guys who hate the same TI because he's a dick, it bonds you real quick.
Yeah, it's trauma bonding. Yeah, for sure. And it's like, I mean, these people clearly in the first episode, you see these people would never be close to each other in real life. And now, now they're going to
But you're all getting yelled at together. Right. So you start, bonding together.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's true. It absolutely happens that way. And you make the weirdest kind of connections and friends based on the fact that the two of you got yelled at together for the same stupid shit.
That's how we run the sales department here.
Absolutely. And that works. Absolutely works. But yeah, love this show. Gonna watch the whole thing. Everyone else should watch this show. It is so good.
Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing. Yeah. All right. I don't know what we're doing next time, but we'll figure it out.
That's all we have. Maybe we'll talk about the rest of the season, or we'll talk about something else. I mean, Halloween is on Friday. Do you have any Halloween plans? You doing anything?
No.
No, me neither. I don't have anything planned yet. They gave me Halloween off, and I was like, you don't have to do that. I don't know anyone out here except for Chris, and I'm not doing what he's doing on Halloween.
Equality Florida is having their Orlando Gala on November 1st.
Oh, really? It's a weird time to have it. Right after Halloween?
Orlando is a great organization. They just have a string of like ill-timed Orlando galas.
Yeah. Remember a couple of years ago, they did it the same weekend as Come Out with Pride.
I think it was the night of the kickoff party for Come Out with Pride.
Yeah, it was like weird. That. Yeah. Anyway, but we'll find something to talk about.
I think I'm going to wear a costume there and pretend like I was confused.
Oh my God. I saw this really cool outfit on TikTok. A guy was coming up with a Halloween costume. If I do go out on Friday for Halloween, I think I'm going to do this. But he got white overalls and he got black and brown felt, like felt sticky paper. Mm-hmm. And he cut these little patches and stuck it on there and then put little ears on and went as a cow. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go as a cow. Because it looks super comfortable what he was wearing. And I was like, it's easy. I don't like wearing makeup or big elaborate costumes. So if I do go out, I think I'm going to go as a cow. Oh, and he had a little pink thing on his belly for the udders. I'm going to put udders on my belly and a white overalls. I'm going to be a cow.
I'm sure that's the wine talking. But this is how we used to do.
No, pre-wine, I was told Chris I was going to be a cow. So I think I'm going to be a
cow. Jen hates costumes, so she never wears them.
Yeah.
So we got her cat ears once and then just did like black hair and did that. And that was her whole costume. I used to go all out for Halloween. In fact, so much so, those masks that you can get where you sort of like, they stick to your face. And then when you move your mouth, the mask moves. And it's like,
yeah,
those kind of, I would do that all the time. Bad idea. Very difficult to drink with mask and things like that on.
Yeah.
Even then.
Chris loves Halloween. He goes out. He went this past weekend, they had a Halloween party. He dressed as Dora because he's Spanish, and it was hilarious. He came out with his little bob. I hope he posted photos on his Instagram because I want to share them with you all. He was the most hilarious looking little Dora. And then for this Halloween or for this Friday, he ordered a Hooters outfit. He's going to be a Hooters waitress, and he tried it on for me. And I was like, you need big boobs. And he refuses to put big boobs on. But
he looks like Hooters.
Right? He's a good Hooters waitress. He's a flat-chested Hooters waitress. But he looked good in it. It's a good outfit.
Well, good for him.
But yeah, I'm going to be a cow. He's going to be a Hooters waitress. And we're going to have a good time. Yeah.
He'll be a Hooters waitress. You'll be the burger. It's great.
moo.
What if you did that? People are in your way and you just go move.
I will do that. But yeah, so we'll have something new next week.
If you were a content creator, you could create a video of that and put it on your TikTok, and people would watch it.
You know, you just told me I'm on YouTube,
You're on
so
YouTube,
apparently
so.
I have to become an influencer.
Jeremy
so I will do that.
How about Jeremy _ or no, the real Jeremy _ influencer? That should be your handle.
Come with me as I dress as a cow for Halloween.
I keep doing this thing where I'm making fun of the whole situation, and I'll get in front of a camera and I'm like, "Hey fam," and people keep like capturing that and putting it in the videos, and I'm like, "That's like I
like
don't know
and
if people
comment
think I'm
down
being,
below.
Yeah. Hey, pause for a second. Be sure to like. Hey, and tell me what city you're watching from, and I'll be sure to like it.
Hit the bell so you get notifications that we have a new video out.
Speaking
anyway,
of,
that's our
if
life
you're
now.
watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and share and hit the bell.
And share here, I think. Right over there.
Yeah, we don't know.
Anyway, we'll be back next week. Have a happy Halloween, and until then, the cork is back in the bottle.